Hey everyone, it's Nick. Today we're gonna talk about villager breeding in Minecraft. I'm in the newest version that is available up to this day, which is 1.10.2, but this should also work in versions above that, so don't you worry. Alright, we're gonna go over the two main variables that define whether breeding works in your world or does not. And they are pretty simple to take care of, I would say, so let's start with the first one that is about doors. And I'm gonna get to why this whole thing is up here and not down in there in just a moment. But first, let's place down a door. It doesn't matter what type, each door is equally as important to the villagers. Okay, so the door right here now does not serve a purpose. It first needs to be transformed into a house. And if you see this up there is a house. Or to be fair, it's 6 houses. So it's very simple to create a house for these villagers. You just need to place a solid block, so no glass, just solid materials that you cannot look through, next to a door within a 5-block radius. So like this would be a door, a house right now, or this might also be a house. But the simplest way to build a house is just to place a door next to that, or on top of the door, just like so. And it's important for the block to be shined on directly by sunlight. That is what makes it difficult to build villagers underground. You just will have to dig tunnels up through the dirt and stone to have sunlight shine directly on top of this block, so it is seen as a house. Why do we need houses for the villagers? Well, the villagers, of course, want to have a home for their children, and they will reproduce until the amount of villagers is equal to or more than the 35% of the doors. So, for instance, if we have 6 doors or 6 houses, just like up here, and multiply that by 0.35, so that's 35% of the doors, we'll get 2.1 villagers out of that. And the reason why we have the villager up here and not down there is because of the census. So the census takes place within 5 blocks vertically and 5 blocks horizontally within the center of the village. And the center of the village are these doors right here. And this one villager here is there to activate the doors because he needs to be in a space that is, I think, 10 blocks horizontally and 4 blocks vertically, so he's right enclosed in here, and he's close enough to the doors in order for them to be valid. Alright, let's go back to the census because that's actually important. As I said, it takes place within 5 blocks in each direction, and as this right up here is 5 blocks and more away from the villagers down here, the census only counts this one villager here. And as we calculated before, these houses are enough for 2.1 villagers. And that is why the villagers down here are not counted, but they will still breed because they think they still have enough houses. I hope you got that. So we've got this one villager which is counted. He wants to breed because he thinks that there are enough houses, and because these are far enough away, they are not part of the census, and they will still go to town with breeding. Okay, so first thing you need to keep in mind is to have doors that are further away than 5 blocks from your villagers, but don't put them away too far because then they might not be in range, and that's not what you want either. So what we have here is 2 blocks until the head of the villagers, and then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block there's a door right there, and that works perfectly. Alright, that's the first variable. And if you have any wooden doors next to this building within a 100 block radius, I would say remove them, replace them with trapdoors or fence gates or iron doors or piston doors. There's so many other things you can use, but no wooden doors, because otherwise the center of your village might shift to another place and then the census would be ruined, which we have just up here in the center of the village where the doors are. Alright, the second thing is not as complicated, but includes the villagers' willingness to breed, because if you just place the doors right there and don't do anything with the villagers, they will likely not start breeding unless they have a farm nearby. This right here is wheat, And this also works with potatoes, carrots, and beetroots. And what I mean by that is, once you have a farmer villager, that is any villager with a brown coat on. So this one right here might be a farmer, even though it might say fisherman or something else up there, like this guy right here. He's still wearing a brown coat, and that is what determines his ability to harvest crops or not. If we place this farmer in here right now, he would just harvest this wheat and he would pick it up in his inventory and then he would replant it. That also makes for a really cool automatic farm, by the way. But he's collecting food in order to feed his family, or, well, the villagers around him, that is. And this food makes the villagers willing to breed. Same goes with trading. So if you, for example, traded some rotten flesh, let's get some right now. Where's the rotten flesh at? Let's just search for it. It will make the villagers willing to breed with one another. And if we trade that with this cleric right here for an emerald, you will see that there's green particles. And there's also these bubbly things, these purple bubbly things. That's what I'm talking about, and they indicate that the villager is now willing to breed. And same goes for food, so you can either trade with them, or you can have them sitting on a farm where they will farm food for themselves. Or what you can also do, if you've got an abundance of any of these types of food, like potatoes or carrots or bread or beetroots, and throw them at them, you can see that they pick it up. Well, you cannot see that right now, but they will pick it up, and then they will distribute it around the villagers, and that will make them willing to breed. So if you've taken a look and taken into consideration all of these factors that I talked about, that is the census, the doors that you need to have, which is at least 6, and villagers that need food or trading to be willing, and they are still not breeding, you just need to wait. Why is that? Well, when I built this farm, I still had to wait for about 2 hours for this villager to recognize these doors, and for the Minecraft engine to determine that this is a village and that villagers are willing to breed right now. So just wait, and that should be the solution to all of your problems. Alright, I hope you found this helpful. If you've still got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. And if you want to see a fully automatic villager breeding system that is super simple to build, just check out this video right here. And I will see you next time. Take care and bye bye.